Alright guys, what's up? I'm in my 2008 Toyota FJ Cruiser Trail Teams Edition. It has a few modifications on it. The front end is lifted about 2.5 to 3 inches. And the rear has a 2-inch lift with 2.5-inch diameter rad flows with reservoirs. And I've got a massive Expedition 1 bumper up front, weighs about 120 pounds, along with a worn winch that weighs about 60 pounds. It is a synthetic cable, so that takes some of the weight out of it, but it's still pretty damn heavy. I've driven a stock FJ before. I purchased this one, and the suspension was pretty good. It was very compliant. A little on the soft side for me, because I usually like to hammer these things off-road a little bit. So I tend to look for a stiffer suspension, hence why I lifted this and whatnot. I've got some aftermarket all-pro off-road upper and lower rear links, and it actually freed up the suspension a bunch because the stock bushings, actually the flex is actually the rubber. So when the suspension compresses, the rubber twists within the bushing, and that gives you that pivoting action. The all-pro bushings are either polyurethane or a Heim. So I say either because the polyurethane, I believe, is on the axle and the Heim is on the frame end. So the Heim is basically just a metal ball bearing unit that's very smooth, no restrictions whatsoever. The polyurethanes are a lot less restrictive than the regular rubber bushings, so that freed up the suspension a lot more. And for all you car geeks like me who want to know the 0 to 60 times on every car that's out there, this is probably, I want to say 7 to 8 seconds, but that's probably a little too fast. So I'm thinking 8 to 9 seconds, 0 to 60. Alright, let's talk handling wise on this beast. I'm up here in the canyons going uphill. Power's alright, you know. It'd be cool if there was a 6.4 liter Hemi in it, but we'll make do. You can make use of the manual select gears, which is actually pretty handy. Stays in the power range pretty well. But I'm surprised how well this thing handles. It actually sticks to the road really well. That might be due to the tires. Tires are good tires. But it's got such a short wheelbase that it kind of just wants to hug the corners and stick in it and power you out of it. I do get understeer sometimes, but that's a given. It's an SUV with off-road accessories, a bunch of weight. But for the most part, it's actually really, really capable for a huge SUV. And while we're talking about cornering, on occasion, if you take a corner too fast and you're powering out of it, it tends to like to three-wheel, which is pretty fun. Friends tend to like it, but the people around me or outside watching usually don't like it. Now, I'm sure most of you have seen the interior of an FJ Cruiser. It looks very retro, no doubt about it. Very bulky, squarey, looks pretty masculine. It's pretty cool. I like it. The one thing that just doesn't look right is the steering wheel. Just looks like it was popped out of a Camry or something and thrown in here. That's the only thing I wish they redesigned. It's just very basic, you know, silver colors, not even white color to match the car. But it does the job. It's alright. It's got volume controls and mode controls. Another complaint is that if you can see the light back here, there's a set of lights right here and a set of lights in the back, but there's nothing up here to give you light. So when you're looking at a map or you're trying to go through something up here, or the worst case is you're trying to look for the aux port to put the aux cable in, and a lot of times at night it's hard as hell to find it and it takes forever to put it in just because there's no lights up here. But on the, I believe it's the 2010 and newer FJs, they did put another set of lights up here, which helps with that. this has been by far the smoothest off-road car I have ever been in off-road or ever owned. That is partly due to the independent suspension up front and just the right shocks. My TJ had stock suspension basically, so that's why it was a little bit rough. The JK had a Rubicon Express lift, but that was just so stiff. It was just not too enjoyable, you know. You kind of want your suspension to work, you know, when you're off-road. You want it to work and not you do all the work. As you guys know on the channel, I have a bunch of supercar videos, and I'm trying to get some more of those out. And maybe get some driving perspective views on those. So we'll see what I can do there. But yeah, I'll keep cranking videos out, and thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more, and I'll try to get some cool supercar videos up.